Four friends regularly visited the sauna together. They always brought something with them. Jack, a musician, took an iPod with him to listen to music. Steve, a banker, took a thermos to drink out of. Patrick and Michael were lawyers and took documents to read. One day, Patrick was found dead. He was killed by a sharp object. Policemen came immediately and conducted an investigation. They found nothing. How could this have happened? Patrick was killed by Steve, who brought an ice shard in his thermos. The murder weapon had melted away by the time the cops arrived. Two girls went to a local diner. They both ordered iced tea. One girl drank them very fast and had finished 5 in the time it took the other to drink just 1. The girl who drank only 1 died, while the other survived. It turned out that all of the drinks were poisoned. How did the girl who drank the most survive? The poison was in the ice. As she slowly drank her 1 drink, the melting ice released the poison. A man is found murdered on a Sunday morning. His wife calls the police, who questions the wife and the stuff and are given the following alibis. The wife says she was sleeping, the butler was cleaning the closet, the gardener was picking vegetables, the maid was getting the mail, and the cook was preparing breakfast. Immediately, the police arrest the murderer. Who did it and how did the police know? The maid. There is no mail on Sundays. A man was found dead in his study. He was slumped over his desk and a gun was in his hand. There was a cassette recorder on his desk. When the police entered the room and pressed the play button on the tape recorder, they heard, "I can't go on. I have nothing to live for." Then there was the sound of a gunshot. How did the detective immediately know that the man had been murdered and it wasn't a suicide? The suicide tape was rewound by the murderer. One morning, little Mary got trapped in a castle in Costa Rica. There were 4 doors, but only one led to freedom. The doors opened up to the following: behind the first door there would be lava that would immediately melt anyone. Behind the second door there would be a killer clown that would beat any person to death. Behind the third door there would be a deadly frost that would freeze her at once. Behind the fourth door there would be cops that would shoot any man or woman indiscriminately. Which door should she choose? Door 4. The cops would shoot any man or woman, but Mary isn't an adult. John was alone at home and heard that something had fallen in his wife's room. He entered and saw that her favorite statuette was broken. At that moment someone ran out of the room. John tried to catch up with the stranger. But in the street the lenses on his eyeglasses fogged up because of cold weather. He could see nothing, giving the stranger the opportunity to disappear. John told this story to a policeman but he refused to investigate the case. The cop asked him to stop lying and admit that it was he who had broken the statuette. Was John's story actually fake? Yes, it was. John ran out into the street while chasing a stranger. But eyeglass lenses don't fog up when a person comes out of a warm room and into the cold. He was just afraid to confess to his wife that he had broken her favorite statuette. According to an old story, once there was a father and his 3 loving sons. One day Dad met in serious accident. Death approached to take the father. Oldest son begged to the death to allow his father to live for some more years. Death was kind and agreed. After 2 years Death returned to take the father with him. Now the second son begged for some more time. Death agreed. After a year Death returned again to take the father. Now the youngest son requests to allow his father to live till the candle wick of the candle on his hand burned out. Death agreed. Now as the youngest son thought, the Death never returned back. How come? He youngest son went over and blew out the candle after Death left because the son said, "Till the candle wick burns out," and not "till the candle burns out."